I'm sure when they first arrived helping on the big reservation, some of those schools were in difficult straits, not a lot of resources, and the sisters used what they had, came up with new inventive ways to teach and to adapt to the culture, to appreciate the culture. That's one thing that makes our school here very special, is that we try to keep the culture of the people alive, and the sisters have done that throughout their ministry here, to respect it, to find those touching points between their culture and the Christian culture.
They showed me that there were opportunities for missionary work within the community, particularly the Arizona missions. And I think that's where I kind of had a yearning that I always wanted to come out west and work with the native people. Here at San Javier, I'm considered a pastoral minister. I wear lots of hats. I'm the religious ed director for the after-school program. I'm in charge of RCIA, teenagers, confirmation classes. I train altar servers. I do baptismal instructions for adults who are having babies baptized. I like the variety of things that I do, and that's where I really feel like I get energized and come alive. Now you're going to take this outside one and pull it over the middle one. There you go.
Because Sister Carla is a Franciscan sister, and she's open and willing to accept how we are and the things that we do and understand it in whatever way she can.
The reservation has a lot of needs that are very much like any place else, but I think they're compounded because it's kind of isolated from the big cities. There's more poverty. Housing is still not up to standards. I know people who still live in traditional homes with dirt floors, no indoor plumbing, no electricity, and so their life is very basic. A big gang problem has developed, I think, because the young people have not been taught their traditions and their culture. They don't know who they are. So they're seeking an identity.
Well, for me, going to school here, we learned a lot from them, how to take care of the church and all kinds of things.
I learned a lot from the sisters. They taught me how to run classes for sacramental preparation, like for the children. Children that are going to make their first communion, they're going to make their confirmation. They taught me how to do that and how to do baptism preparation for people that are going to be baptized, their babies. They really helped, the autumn grow in their Christian lives. They've worked with so many people out here, and I think a lot of them have that faith because, of the sisters that worked with them all throughout the years. Right now they're missed. They know they were going to leave, and they train people to carry on for them.
I think that the simplicity of life, being content with what you have and not always going after better and greater things. That if you have a house and food on the table, it's okay. Franciscan and gospel living. I see it. It's lived. It's real. Their whole concept of faith and their relationship with God, it's part of everything they do. I do baptism classes out in the church patio. I set up 6 stations for the symbols of baptism, and then I meet with all of them and basically talk about their responsibilities as parents and godparents. This church, there's something about it. People come here and they'll say, we feel something in this church that we don't feel in other places. And I believe it's the faith that's been here for 200 years, and that's just kind of absorbed in the walls, and you absorb it when you're present in the church. So to see it being restored and renewed. I think it gives the people hope that, you know, their faith is going to live on, even though there's difficult times. Their lives are very chaotic, many times broken down like the church looked. But we can rebuild the church, we can also rebuild our lives.
St. Francis of Assisi, who is pretty much the Franciscan patron saint, the nation as a whole, the nation Catholic communities really celebrate that very highly. And I think they brought that with them, deep concern and respect for nature.
And then the idea of the presence of all these saints, you know, and their spirits, plus all the spirits of the people who've gone before us that were a part of this church. It's just awesome when you sit and think about it. Also, the idea that we've been here it's like we're a stable community within a very chaotic society. And I think the people, they see that. You know, we're here, we're not going to go away. They know we're praying for them. I think that presence in itself gives them strength. It's like I never feel like I'm just doing my thing. It's like I'm building on what sisters before me have done. The things that I see the fruit of now, it's not because of what I'm doing. It's because of all those before me. And it's like I'm just reaping the benefits. I'm seeing some of these people become leaders in the community because they went through our schools.
You know, Paul, in his journeys around the Areopagus, drew upon co-workers, women and men who would help him in their ministry. And I see the Franciscan Sisters of Christian Charity as great co-workers on whom I depend and I trust and I know do great work on behalf of the Lord and in behalf of our diocese.
Know that the world needs you and that God calls you, and we invite you to be a Franciscan Sister of Christian Charity.